What's good, everyone? I know everybody doing well, doing amazing today. We're gonna talk about how could you be the best version of yourself. Like, I was thinking the other day, like, how can we, like, everything that we face in life, right? Then let's just say we beat it or whatever. Then there's another challenge pulling up. We gotta beat that also. But I mean, sometimes I be sitting down and think like, then we just like the challenge might be different, come in different form, but it's basically the same thing we're doing to every challenge. Really, it's to believe that we could beat it no matter what outside yourself, or you could say the world trying to show you. You should be like, you know what, the world could show me X, and then I believe in Z. Then I'm gonna show the world that Z is better than the X. That's literally what it is. So it got me to think, if from like childhood you've been solving challenges, talking about, from school to, people to friends. So basically you've been facing challenges, as soon as you was born. Even as a baby, because you got to fight for that battle. You got to learn how to walk. Even, you got a little help here and there, but at the same time, you still have to put in the work. So that just to show, like, even as a kid, as a baby, that you only had you, really. Like, people around you, gonna put you better position, but it's always come down to you, regardless what you're trying to accomplish, regardless what you're trying to do in life. It's always come down to you, because this is your world. You got the blueprint. You got to put in the work to better yourself, because ain't nobody gonna do it for you. You feel me? You only got you. So that's one thing we got to work on. We got to work on ourselves better, prioritize ourselves better. Example, like, we'll have an idea for ourselves, right? But we'll put it to pause. But the idea that we don't want, we just keep going. Like, let's just say, for example, you say, I'm gonna be the best content creator, right? But then when it's come down to create content, you feel like, shit, I don't know if that content gonna blow up. You got all those doubts coming left, right, front, and back, everywhere, coming everywhere. But if it's for you to get up at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning, you go to work. But you don't want to go to work because you see, that's not the shit I like to do. What I want to do is content. But you doing something you don't want. You putting more effort in that instead of you putting more effort in your content. So y'all get what I'm saying, right? So works do pay the bill, X, Y, and Z, whatever, and shit like that. But so as your content. So that's the reason why you create content in the first place. So you don't have to do the job, you feel like you don't want. Like, you working it because it's really income. But if you didn't have none of those expenses, I bet you would be like, I ain't trying to do it, really. But it's always got to come down to what you really love to do. That's really one thing. You got to understand that whatever you love to do, there is no price in it. Just like when you love your kid unconditional, right? So if there is a price in it, if somebody say, man, I'm gonna give you this type of money, just give me your kid. After you did all that X, Y, and Z, you went through all those trauma, all those experience, everything you could think of, just for you to give the baby up. Like, nah, you ain't gonna do that. That's what I'm saying. The same way I'll say you could, you treat your kid, or the same effort you put on a job you don't want. So whatever you want, that's the same shit you gotta do. Literally. Ain't nothing different from whatever you're trying to do based on what you're doing right now. Because what you're doing right now, let's just say you're working a job you don't want. Guess what? 10, 20 years, you're still gonna be at the same place. But the idea that you have for yourself, that you feel like, yeah, that's gonna change the world, and that's gonna also change my life. That's what you gotta put your time on too. So because it's like you saying, oh shit, it's getting hot, I gotta put the AC on. It's like you saying, right? From now on, I'm the best version of myself. Right? Okay, you're the best. What does your best version of yourself do? Okay, it'll, whatever that is. Let's just say a basketball player. I'll use that example because I really love, watching basketball. But let's just say me, I'm gonna use me as an example. Me, I'm saying that I'm the best basketball player, right? But then let's just say I pull up to the court, then I start getting a little anxiety and shit like that. Whoop to whoop. Like, it's okay, because people always gonna, not people, because everything is around you based on you. So before you even get to the court, before you go against the opponent, you're already inside your head, already fighting with your head based on, like, you see result and what people say, based on how you feel about. That's why I say, for you to work on yourself, it's really a grind. Not like a grind like a marathon, like no, it's like you gotta go all the way in. Like, you can't have one foot in, one foot out. You really can't, because the more you have one foot in and one foot out, it's just gonna make your mind go insane. You just gonna be like, bruh, you don't even know if you could do this. That's why a lot of people say, oh, they don't think they're playing work. Oh, that thing is too much. No, it's not really too much. It's because you say you one thing, but you still remember the old self you are. But yeah, you're still doing the old self thing that you're trying to get rid of. You're still doing it, but yet you won't put in the new work of the new self. So it's like if I give you like $10 or whatever, right? $10 is like you're investing in eight of your dollars in that thing you don't want, which is like going to work, making sure you get here on time and all that. But the $2 you're investing in is on your content, which is like, oh, you do it whenever. Oh, I don't feel like doing it. You're just gonna stop. But if you have to go to work, you will just get up and go to work, right? So that's why you gotta look at it as like, your content is your prioritize. I'm not saying you gotta be a content creator, but whoever you wanna become, whoever that is, you gotta prioritize this first, because that's who you wanna become. So if I say I wanna become like the best version basketball player, right? Why would I not wanna put in the work to be the best? You feel me? Why would I just say, you know what, I'm just gonna chill there, I'm just gonna expect to be the best? No, like, put in the work. If you believe deep down in yourself like you have to put the work, or if you believe deep down in yourself like you ain't up there, put in the work. Believe in your craft. Create your own craft. You don't gotta look at somebody's craft and then say, I'm gonna use their craft because their craft is, it's exposure. How do you think he did it? He did it by repeating, by believing his craft will work. So that's the same thing you got. But I'm telling you, you're not doing anything different from anybody else in this world, from me, from anybody you could think of. You're not doing anything different.